It was 3 in the morning when a stillness woke me. Unable to fall back asleep, I climbed out of bed and took to the zafu, sitting upright in the quiet of the deep night while the world lay asleep and dreaming. By and by, I dropped into a deep meditation until the bits and pieces that make up my human self fell away, and I found myself awake in a state of pure, expansive presence. In this space, I did not recall anything from my everyday life, who I was, or even what my life circumstances were. My own body seemed to be gone. Gone, too, was my past conditioning, such as notions of good and bad, bondage versus liberation, along with commonplace orientations like up and down, birth and death, inside and outside, past and future. In their place, I found myself awake in a vast awareness, sublimely nestled in deepest tranquility and stillness. No notions, no perception, no self. I don't know how much time passed, but eventually, at the periphery of this awareness, a new sensation crept in, at first very subtle. For lack of a better description, it felt like a solidity taking shape in the openness, an intrusive sense of hardening in the fluidity, or what might be described as a sort of crust. This dawning sensation prompted a thought, which cracked the stillness like a stone dropped into the center of a placid pool. What is that? I wondered, in reference to the hardening. That is your body, answered a voice to my surprise. This voice made no sound and it used no words. Rather, this communication was a sort of direct knowing, for lack of a better description, which rang in the very fabric of my own being. If you were without a body and wished to return to the realm of form, the realization continued, your body would begin taking shape inside your mother's womb, exactly as you are experiencing it now. At that instant, I recalled my worldly existence, and I understood what an incredible insight I had just attained. This reality, this place hanging beyond the curtain of birth and death, had been here all along, tucked safely beneath my busy human awareness. Furthermore, I understood that the journey as a human being was merely an infinitesimal, temporary unfolding within a vast and inconceivable cosmic fabric. What I thought of as myself was nothing more than an idea built and maintained by my own wish that I should exist. Yet this fanciful self-image had risen far beyond its humble and innocent inception. At some point, without my even realizing it, I had started to take my invented self seriously and forgotten that the journey through human life and human death is Leela, divine play, and that in all my travels I had never been threatened or in danger in any way. To reference an old analogy, I had realized that I was the ocean and not the wave. Yet I had risen from my foundation of my humble human infancy only to create an incredibly complex system of individuality, and I had since become completely lost in its maze. Maybe you can identify. Welcome to True Dharma, a complete video course on spiritual awakening. While different people have varying definitions of awakening, and cliche as it may sound, in simple terms, to awaken means to remove all of your egoic masks and remember who you really are, beyond your worldly identity. We'll be exploring this experience and the process which leads to it from various angles as we go along. But before we set out, I'd like to share a few notes on what's to come. I'll be releasing just one Dharma lesson every week, probably over the next year or so. These Dharmas will cover the most effective teachings I've encountered over the past 30 years of serious study and dedicated spiritual practice, and find their origins in many sources and teachers. But most especially affecting me personally and this course are Zen Buddhism, A Course in Miracles, which I usually refer to as the Course simply, and a touch of Taoism. This course effectively represents the culmination of my own mind training, which has profoundly altered my life in ways I cannot even begin to describe. But I will say this: if you've struggled with depression, anxiety, a sense of meaninglessness, and are searching for relief from all the pain life seems to contain, this course can help you find the peace you are seeking. It's also for those who have come to a juncture in their life in which they feel driven to discover their true identity and reality. While the course itself asks very little, the more effort you put into it, the more you are likely to get out of it. So I do encourage you to be active, to try out the suggested exercises, share your experiences in the comment sections below the videos, and whenever possible, connect with other students. This is the most important thing. As A Course in Miracles notes, a universal theology is impossible, but a universal experience is not only possible, but necessary. It is at helping you unlock this universal experience that this entire video series is aimed. Therefore, try to approach each lesson with an open mind, free of judgment, to whatever extent possible. You may find some of the ideas difficult to understand at first, and that's to be expected with any learning endeavor. And others you may not even believe. But keep in mind, you don't have to agree with everything presented in order to benefit from this course. However, a general sense of open-mindedness and serious exploration is very helpful. As other great teachers before me have noted, you can't get wet from the word water. To understand water's nature, you must drink it, wash your own body with it, jump in, and go for a swim. The same is true of spiritual awakening. Therefore, I urge you to do much more than just watch these videos, but jump in and try them out. It is this and only this that will open you up to the universal experience of life as it exists in its undefined primordial state. Life as pure, unfathomable consciousness, which is not only intelligent, it is beautiful, it is profound, and it is calling you to awaken and remember it. Welcome to class, and thank you for watching.